Hey friends, today we are going to review an Android deck. This is just to show you what it's in. My leaky old Ford. So, this particular deck is, I believe, classified as a 9 or a 10 inch. And you can see you got your charging ports on the side. One of the worst things about this deck, how long it takes to boot. So, we just started there, 23 seconds into this video, I guess. And let's see how long it takes for it to actually boot up to where you can start using it. Still going. There we go. So it's finally booted. Took over 30 seconds to do so, which is kind of annoying, but they're a little bit slow that way. And another thing you'll notice, my backup camera is on a switch as well as wired to reverse. And for the first minute or two, it doesn't work, but I guess now it does already. It's booted up, but sometimes it'll just say no signal, and then you have to turn it off and on again after about a minute or so, and then it works. And you can see it just says Bluetooth connected. It's basically an Android tablet. Very, very cool unit. You can see you've got your speed there. You got a GPS module in the back that you don't even have to mount to your window or anything. I'd literally just have it hanging behind the stereo, and it works just fine. So again, basically just an Android tablet. You can change your home screen layout. Just hold down anywhere on the screen. This particular unit has, I believe, up to 50 some different home screen layouts. Some of them show you your speed, some of them do not. Some of them have all the apps right on the screen, some do not. And yeah, like I said, just depends which one you choose. This one has 53. You can see, you can change them just like that. That gives you just basically your radio station. But we're going to go back to my favorite, which I believe is here actually. And this one, if you want to go to your apps, you simply just click away from it. Anywhere on the home screen that doesn't have any buttons where you can click and hold, you scroll that way. And then of course you've got all your apps here. And obviously if you just wanted to listen to good old radio, you just click on that. And let's see how loud it is. Hopefully not too loud. No, my volume's not too down there. You got the little clicky volume buttons on the side there. You got your shortcuts. And of course you can just drag manually to scroll like that. And then of course you got your equalizer, which is pretty sweet. You can do everything completely individually there, or you can even do your typical preset ones. Pretty simple. Of course, you got your sound field, even peptide that I'm never going to use, but you got loud settings. You can go back to default, bass boost, all that good stuff. Then to go back to the home page, you can click the home there or there. Either one works. And then all of these are your presets. You can decide which nav app you want it to go to by clicking this, whether Google Maps or it's built in here. This is a pretty good navigation app here, I find. I don't use it much because you've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you can just take the maps directly from your phone. This one takes a little bit to boot as well, but once it does boot, then you're all right. Now, apparently, we are barely picking up the Wi-Fi from in the house because we're parked at the street here. So we're a ways away from the Wi-Fi. Usually I just turn the hotspot on my phone. But of course, we're not going anywhere right now. It's just a good old navigation app. There's nothing to it. To close out, if you find it's getting real slow, and to close out other tabs, you just tap that double square button there. Close out of your other pages. And yeah, then it'll typically speed up. Oh, I never even knew that before, but you click that to switch your units. That's pretty sweet. Man, I'm still learning stuff myself. That's awesome. Miles an hour. Kilometers an hour. That's freaking sweet. Anyway, you got an actual analog clock here. It all does by GPS and such, which is pretty cool. And if you want to go to Bluetooth music, it should connect automatically to my phone and maybe blast right away. We are listening to a Kingdom Hearts soundtrack of all things. And of course, you got Android Auto. You have it set up on your phone. Apparently, we are connected to internet. I'm getting all my YouTube notifications here, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, Android Auto service there. Apple CarPlay. You can go here as well to do Android Auto, and then you've got Android Auto there, and you've got steering wheel key here. You can, if your car has buttons on the steering wheel, which of course this ancient Ford does not, for the radio that is, you can customize it completely. You can do short press, long press. It's pretty crazy. You can make each button do like 2 or 3 different things, so you can customize all kinds of stuff. It's pretty sweet actually. I've never done it, of course, because I don't have any buttons in here, but you could even just use it as a TV, I'm sure. All the connections in the back. I'll try to do a different video with all the connections. I'll give you a basic breakdown. I don't know if you agree, but this looks pretty well installed. No hardware, nothing. I literally pulled the old Bluetooth deck that we had out and popped this one in. It's in there nice and firm, but you can pull it out if you pull hard enough. It'll actually pop out. You can hear the metal frame in there. And yeah, it pulls right out. This is a single DIN. I guess I forgot to mention that earlier. But yeah, this particular unit is a single DIN. You got YouTube, of course. Kids wanted hill climb racing on here. Downloaded Prime Video. I believe that's simple. You just go to the App Store and download it, which of course is there. Play Store, just like any other Android device. Disney Plus, for some reason, will not work. These Android units that are designed for car stereos, they're specifically designed not to allow you to watch videos while you're driving. So Disney Plus, I can't get it to work yet. There's nothing in the App Store. It says it's not supported, but if you go download the file separately, you can get Disney Plus in here. But it'll just give you a message eventually, if you even have enough Wi-Fi here now, that this version is not supported, basically, that it needs an update or whatever you need then. And then it just says newer version. So can't do that. If you go to update it, it just says no update available or whatever. You just can't do it. So that's unfortunate. Whereas Prime Video works just fine. Just got to keep in mind this unit's going to be a lot slower than some stereos and such. I mean, they are a sub $200 deck normally. So yeah, they're not going to be as fast as a good tablet or a cell phone or anything like that. That's the main thing to keep in mind. There we go. Now we're in there. And of course, we were watching Top Gear and other such shows. And it does work fine. Like I said, never had any issues there. So we're just going to click that again. And then, again, if you have enough stuff open, you might find it gets a little slow, which, of course, you can do a number of things. You can open that and do it all manually, or you can even just pull it down and then do system optimize, in which case it'll start optimizing it, and then it'll tell you it's cleaning it up, and it goes to 100%. Doesn't take very long. It blasts through it pretty quick once you get close to the end there. And you've got all kinds of different things you can do, of course. This here is just your radio button, of course. That's music, but that's for music that's on the device. You can get 32 gig models, maybe even 16 gig models. I think this particular unit is a 64 gig. I think I accidentally got a 64 when I ordered a 32, which is good because typically it's the other way. And then, of course, Bluetooth phone and all that stuff, which you would expect anyway. And then that's, I think, a video player as well for, again, files that you actually have on the unit, which you would find in File Manager probably. You can download stuff off your phone or a USB stick. I think you can even stick, extra storage in there if you wanted to watch videos or whatever that you downloaded. And then, of course, you can use it for charging. I do that all the time. You got a Type-C there for higher speed. Another complaint I have is the mic. There's a mic in there, and I've actually got another one in there, but it seems that it doesn't actually... It won't connect to that one. Now, that wasn't the one that I got with it. I have contacted them. It sounds like they're going to send me another one. We're going to give that a shot. But the mic, this mic, it does work. But this truck, this is an old Cummins swapped Ford. It is stupid loud. So when you have it that loud, you can't really have a conversation with using this mic because they can't hear you very well. And you can hear them okay, but yeah, they can't really hear you through this mic. So that's a problem. They say it always sounds very far away. And of course, you can drag this down just like any vehicle. You've got all kinds of cool settings that you can mess with. You can wire it in to your headlights. Any light, actually, one of these, of course, when you turn your lights on, some of your interior stuff lights up. So I just wired this into one of those interior bulbs. And then, of course, you've got your backlight brightness that you can set day or night when you turn your lights on. Of course, then that's for nighttime brightness. And you can do automatic, of course. I think that's more so for the auto day and night, and you can do your screensaver and all the other basic stuff you would expect. You got Bluetooth settings, you've got pretty much everything you'd find in a average car unit or an average Android unit, plus much more. If you find your backup camera doesn't have, it's flipped left or right or up or down, you can adjust that there if it's mirrored. And you've got your outside amplifier settings and all that good stuff as well. There's so many things. I mean, I could go into more detail with all this stuff, but lots and lots of stuff that you can change on here for sure. And then what else was I going to show you? You got a separate setup for your audio settings here, of course, same as you find in that stereo or in the radio setup there. You even got your manual there as well, which I've never even really looked at, but it's there. You can do all the other basic stuff, of course, Chrome and Google Maps. We've got Netflix, same story there. You have to go download an older version for Netflix to work, but it does work. And now, once you have it set up properly, you can use Netflix. Just got to keep in mind, we're using Wi-Fi from 100 feet away, so it's not a great connection right now, and it's pretty slow to begin with. You'll find these radios, these cheaper units, are quite a bit slower than an average cell phone or, smartphone or something like that, or even a higher end tablet. Another thing you might notice is this one still has a protective film on there. I try to leave it on there because I want it to, you know, stay there as long as possible. I think you can probably get screen protectors as well. Maybe you just gotta cut them or whatever. But anyway, it wants me to cast now, and I don't have enough Wi-Fi here to actually deal with this. So we're gonna go out of all of these here. Screen isn't quite as sensitive as it might be without that screen cover on there, but of course you can customize your background as well. I chose a different photo for my background here. And yeah, I think you can do screen mirroring there as well. But again, if you think you're gonna get past the security thing for not being able to watch Disney Plus while you're driving, it won't work. You can phone link, you can mirror your screen, but it will not give you the video. I tried that already. It'll just make the video black, which is unfortunate, but they're programmed to do that, I believe. And all these other apps, I'm not sure what they even do, but there's all kinds of stuff. Maybe some of you folks are more familiar with it and the like. And of course, File Manager would be like anything else. You can see there it says available space 52 of 64, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I never even knew that this was a 64 until I actually looked into that. But overall, very, very good unit. Very, very good value for money. I definitely have no regrets. Again, you put it in reverse, wire up your backup camera. Works quite well. You'll find the quality isn't the greatest for the backup camera, but you see my ball down there, so it makes hooking up trailers so much easier. And definitely a very, very handy unit to have. Like I said, I don't use navigation much. Android Auto works well. I won't use it right now because if I do, it's probably going to end this video. So that's basically all there is to it. You find fitment, of course, you have to count for about 10 inches, right? And this is perfect. There's nothing underneath. We're not blocking anything. It's actually perfect. This is awesome, actually, if kids want to watch something while you're driving, which, of course, is completely illegal. But you can do it. You can even customize these buttons. One thing I find is that the customization settings for the lights on these buttons doesn't seem to work. But luckily, they're not bright enough to really bother you at night or anything. So there's that. But hey, hope this video helps somebody. Sorry for rambling so dang much. I wish I was more organized. But if you have any questions, ask. And as always, may God bless you.